Get Kevin Fielder on the line from State of the U talking Miami football. The 2019 recruiting class started off strong, going way, way back in some of the relationships Mark Richt built in having a top 10 class in 2018. It looked like that was going to carry over into his efforts in 2019. He was on the trail and had commits from top players all over the place. And then it just kind of fell apart. And obviously he retires, and Manny Diaz had some serious work to do to try to rally the troops, retain some of those relationships, go after some additional guys, and seemingly did a decent job to try to salvage as much as possible.
Yeah, it was certainly a bad recruiting trail, if you could really consider it, later towards after the Hurricanes really started to lose and the offense really started to sputter. It looked as if the Hurricanes were at a situation where they would either salvage this recruiting class or completely lose it. In my opinion, I don't think they salvaged it at all. Definitely, you lose out on Bogle, you lose out on Crowley, who I think committed to Ohio State. You miss out on these top guys, and then you're kind of stuck going after these 3 stars and these guys late in the trail. You lose out on a whole bunch of Miami talent, and you never want to lose out on South Florida talent if you're Miami. You hate to see those guys just move even up to Florida, out of state. I mean, you lose, I think Mark Anthony went to Auburn. You lose Kyer Lam. I mean, he was never really, I don't think, a real Miami target, but he goes to Florida, and Bogle, of course, commits to Florida over Miami. They do get Christian Williams, who I'm super high on. I think he's just going to immediately impact as a freshman. I think it's Keontre Smith, the safety, All-American game signee, and he was just a completely insane talent at that game. And he's just been all over the field. I think he's definitely going to be someone who could impact as a 3rd, maybe 4th safety. Other than those guys, you have to Corey Couch, who was really good in the state finals against Kings Academy. He was someone who I was at that game, and he was just someone who really impacted the game. Didn't give Kings Academy many places to go. I think he had 1 interception and had a couple pass deflections. Other than that, though, it's a lot of 3 starts, a lot of guys who might not make an impact immediately. But I think if you have Manny Diaz, you have Dan Enos now. It's definitely a good coaching staff that can definitely help develop those guys. But 2020 is going to be a really important class for the Hurricanes.